Hi, my name is Gina Porter, and I'm the math specialist here at Rock Prairie Elementary. And for the next few minutes, I'm going to talk to you about what fourth grade math is going to be doing during the second 9 weeks, specifically addition and subtraction of fractions. So let's start out kind of looking at an overview. In the second 9 weeks, they're going to start out with adding and subtracting fractions, and then they're going to start moving into multiplication and division and how all that applies to place value. But right now, let's talk about adding and subtracting some fractions. They're going to represent a fraction as a sum of unit fractions. And a unit fraction is just a fraction with a numerator of 1. For example, 1/5 or 1/4 are both unit fractions because their numerator is 1. And we can represent fractions as a sum of those unit fractions. For instance, 5/2 equals 1/2 plus 1/2 plus 1/2 plus 1/2 plus 1/2. And so all we're doing is saying that we could add those unit fractions together. We could put them together, and then it would be 5/2. So as you can see, we can represent fractions that are greater than 1, improper fractions with a sum of unit fractions, or I could say 1/5 plus 1/5 equals 2/5 and represent a proper fraction. They're going to decompose fractions in multiple ways, and this is very much related to addition and subtraction of fractions. It just means that I can take a fraction and take it apart in different ways. And when they do this, they're usually going to have a picture or some concrete items like fraction bars there to help them with this. For instance, in the first picture, you see that there are 8s. It's broken up into 8 equal pieces, and we're actually looking at 5 of them. The 3 that are dotted are just to help us understand that we're talking about 8s, but we're really looking at 5 8s. And we could take 5 8s and we could split it up into 3 8s plus 2 8s. Or we could split it up into 2 8s plus 2 8s plus 1 8. Or we could split it up into 5 1/8. 1/8 plus 1/8 plus 1/8 plus 1/8 plus 1/8. There's different ways that we can decompose fractions, and we just want them to recognize that the fractions can be split up into different subsets. Then they just do addition and subtraction of fractions with like denominators. So they could add 3/4 plus 2/4, or they could add 5/16 plus 2/16, but they would not add 7/8 plus 2/4 because those don't have the same denominator. When they add and subtract, they usually have a visual representation like a picture. And we see this picture down here. We see the bar going all the way across that tells us that's how much 1 is. And below that, we see that the 1 has been split up into sixths. And we have 5/6 colored in, but then we show that one of the 6 has been removed by crossing it out. So that represents 5/6 minus 1/6, and we see that we have 4/6 that are still left that are colored and not crossed out. Here's another couple of representations. Again, we're only adding fractions with like denominators. Sharon is making a doghouse for her new puppy. She takes a piece of wood that is 3/8 of an inch thick and glues it to a piece of wood that is 2/8 of an inch thick. What is the thickness of the 2 pieces of wood? And so here you see 2 different models where they're showing the addition of 3/8 and 2/8. One is on the number line and one is just with a strip diagram. And you can see on both of them, they show all 8 8s. So we know that's how much makes 1. And then they represent the subsets of that, the 3/8 and the 2/8. And then if we combine those, it's 5/8. So thank you for watching, and if you have any questions about this topic or other fourth grade math topics, don't hesitate to contact me. You can reach me via email at jporter@csisd.org, or you can call Rock Prairie and leave a message for me, and I'll return your phone call. There will be a Math for Parents training again for the third 9 weeks on January 5th in 2017, and I hope to see you there. Thanks for watching.